All right, let's jump right in. If you're coming from a data science background, you are an absolute master of finding the signal in the noise. So today, we're going to map out how you can take that analytical superpower and channel it into your very first role in project management. And we're going to do it using a playbook straight from Google.
So let me ask you this. You know how to build the model, crunch the numbers, and find the insights, right? But are you ready to lead the team that actually ships the product? This is the big question. And it's a totally natural pivot, moving from analyzing what's happening to actually making things happen.
And the opportunity? Oh, it's massive. We're talking about over 475,000 in-demand job openings for project managers. The field is crying out for people who don't just organize tasks, but who also get the data behind them. That's you. That's where you come in.
So where do you start? How do you make the leap? Well, the first step is to build a rock-solid foundation. You've got to learn the language, get your hands on the right tools, and, get the credentials that prove you're ready for the job.
And this is your accelerator. The Google Project Management Certificate isn't just some abstract theoretical course. No way. It was designed by the very people who manage huge, complex projects at Google every single day. The goal is super simple. Get you job ready and get you there fast.
And here's the path, laid out perfectly. It's a super logical 6-course journey. You start with the absolute fundamentals, then you move through initiating and planning a project, you learn how to execute, you master Agile, which is critical, and then you wrap it all up with a capstone project that puts it all into practice in the real world. It's the complete roadmap. And check out this toolkit you'll be building. These are not just buzzwords to put on a resume. These are the exact practical skills that employers are desperate for when they're hiring for a first-time PM. We're talking risk management, budgets, handling stakeholders, Agile, Scrum. This is the stuff that makes you a valuable candidate from day one.
And the results really speak for themselves. An incredible 3 out of 4 graduates see a real tangible boost in their careers. We're talking a new job, a promotion, a raise, and they see it within just 6 months. So this isn't just about learning something new, it's about making a real impact on your career.
Okay, so getting certified is part 1. That builds your foundation, your skill set. Part 2 is all about adopting the mindset, the very way of thinking that drives incredible success at companies like Google. And this is where we need to talk about OKRs.
Think of it this way. The certificate gives you the how-to of project management, but OKRs, they give you the why and the what's next. It's the framework for setting goals that are so ambitious they're almost scary, and then actually hitting them. So, what even is an OKR? Well, at its core, it's a really simple but incredibly powerful system for setting goals. It's how a company like Google gets thousands and thousands of people to move in the same direction, all working together towards these huge, ambitious goals.
And this right here is the absolute key to understanding it. The objective is the what. It's the big, inspiring thing you want to do. The key results, those are the how. They are the specific, measurable, totally verifiable steps that prove you're on your way. It's the difference between saying, let's make our app better, and saying, we will reduce page load time by 30% in Q3. See the difference?
But wait, it gets even more interesting. To really use OKRs like a pro, you have to get that not all goals are created equal. This is where the Google Playbook gets really, really smart.
See, you have 2 different types of goals. Committed OKRs are your promises. They are things you absolutely will achieve. 100%, no excuses. You'll move resources around to make sure it happens. But aspirational OKRs? Those are your moonshots. You might not even have a clear idea how to get there yet, and hitting 70% of the goal is considered a massive success. This is so important because it lets people aim high without being terrified of failure.
Now, this system is incredibly powerful, but it's also really easy to get wrong. So how do you, as a new project manager stepping into this world, avoid the common traps that can turn this amazing tool into a total waste of time?
Okay, trap number 1, and it's a big one, failing to differentiate. You take a moonshot idea and you call it a promise. What happens? Your team instantly gets defensive, people get scared, and you basically set yourself up to fail. Don't do it.
Next up, trap number 2, the business as usual OKR. This is when your goals just describe what the team is already doing anyway. If you do this, you're missing the whole point. You're not pushing for greatness, you're just writing stuff down. You have to focus on what creates real value for your customers, not just what's comfortable. And the last big one I want to hit on is the who cares objective. The goal where you hit it, you get 100%, and nothing changes, no one benefits. As a PM, you have to remember, If your project doesn't create real, tangible value, it was a waste of resources. Your job is to drive impact. Period.
So, let's bring this all home. To make this leap, to go from data science to project management, you have a really clear two-part strategy.
First, you get the certificate. That builds your foundational skills, gives you the right terminology, and it's the credential that opens the door. Second, you adopt the OKR mindset. This combo makes you ready to not just apply for jobs, but to walk into interviews and absolutely crush it.
And this is exactly why it's such a knockout combination for you specifically. Your data science background gives you that analytical brain to set amazing, measurable key results. And the PM Toolkit gives you the structure to lead the team to get there. You become this uniquely powerful candidate, which is a huge advantage when you're trying to stand out.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. Forget just surviving your first few months on the job. Let's think bigger. What is your aspirational OKR for your first 90 days as a project manager? What's the moonshot you're going to aim for?